order.
The public defender is a public servant employed by the community and responsible for giving legal aid without cost to any person who seeks it and is financially unable to employ private counsel. It is his duty to defend those accused of crime until the issue is decided in a court of law. We know the word syndicate to mean an association of persons formed to meet increasing competition. There are good ones and bad ones. This is a bad one. Like any legitimate business, this syndicate has lots of hard-working employees. There's some of them now. They're just going to work. 10 p.m. is not the usual hour to do business, but they like it. It's safer at night.
All right. Chuck and I will take the first one. Bert, you stand watch and cover us.
Cover what? There ain't a cop around. They're all working the other side of town. Denver checked.
You heard the orders, didn't you? 2 work, 1 watch.
Yeah. Ain't no fun watching.
Why would I cliff you? You're watching.
Well, you know, this works a lot better since I oil it.
Put it away. Here comes one.
Oh, yeah. What routine you want to use?
Well, it's a guy. The match bit always works.
It's easy when he's got his hands in his pockets.
Let's go.
Hey, Bud, got a match?
No, sorry.
Oh, wait a minute. How do you know? You haven't even looked.
Smart kid, huh?
Real smart. I got him, Chuck.
Kid, what's the matter? What's happening?
Let's get out of here.
Chuck got a knee in the face. He's out cold.
Get going. We'll pick him up in the car.
No.
What about that guy?
He's out cold, too.
Yeah, I guess I fixed his wagon.
Which one of you guys goofed?
Who goofed? I got his wallet.
Good pickings?
I'll see.
What about Chuck?
Don't worry about him. He'll be around.
Jeez, that guy's a cop.
What? You idiots. I should have thrown you all out in the street and let him pick up the 3 of you. Let's get out of here.
He didn't look like a cop. What about Chuck?
Never mind about him. We can get dozens like him.
He'll finger us. And you too, Denver.
Chuck ain't got no guts. He'll talk.
You want to bet? Huh? He won't talk. If he does, he'll never live to regret it. Now, let's get out of here.
Don't get it wet when you take a shower. Trusty,
Yeah, Doc.
make out a card on him. I've got to check a patient in the women's tank.
How you feel, Haskell?
Lousy. Hey, lay off.
Hurts, doesn't it? Cops are going to be asking you a lot of questions, but you ain't going to give no answers, are you? Are you?
No.
That's good. Because if you do, you'll be sorry you even have a nose.
Chuck, assault with a deadly weapon is a pretty serious charge. Do you know what you'll get if you're convicted?
What deadly weapon?
The report says you were carrying a knife with a 5-inch blade.
Well, who doesn't? You have to in the gang I run with.
What gang?
No, mister, you sound just like a cop.
Those answers won't help you in court.
I'm not talking.
Now, Chuck, whether you like it or not, I'm here to help you. It would be a lot easier for both of us if you were to tell me the whole story. What is it, Chuck? Are you scared, or do you have some mistaken idea about loyalty? Your gang didn't help you, did they? Then why help them?
Mr. Matthews, you're just not getting through to me.
Well, Chuck, whether you talk or not, I still have the responsibility of defending you. I'm going to try and get to the bottom of this.
You look disappointed.
I am.
Yeah, he's a tough kid.
Not tough, just scared.
Oh? Then they got to him.
Yeah. Well, they passed the word in here. This place is maximum security.
You tell me.
I wonder why they'd go to all that trouble about a simple mugging job.
I've heard a few rumbles.
What kind of rumbles?
Bart, we've always had gangs of tough kids, but now somebody's got them organized. All this has been going on for the last 10 days. It just didn't happen, you know.
Well, what's the answer?
Maybe somebody on the police force won't play ball.
Yeah?
Like Captain Perry. Couldn't buy him off at Fort Knox.
The night before, they worked this area. Last night, they worked here, 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 and here. Now, this is where they got Sergeant Lund. We all know there aren't enough men on the force to do an airtight job. So all we can do is try and outguess them. Tonight, I want this area and this area covered like a blanket. Oh, hi, Bart. We've got to bring in some of these young punks and make them talk. All right, boys, that's all.
Mind if I sit down?
Go ahead.
What do you know about Chuck Haskell?
Why?
No, I just drew him for a client.
That's your problem.
No, Lloyd, we both got a problem. The same one.
I don't follow you.
You arrest him, I defend him. Now, no matter what happens when they go to trial, the wolf packs still go on. Now, someone's behind this mob. I want to help you get him.
Why? We work different sides of the street.
You're a good cop, Lloyd. If they break you, it's bad for everybody.
Who says they're trying to break me?
Well, let me put it this way. I heard rumbles. Now, whose toes have you been stepping on?
That's a long story.
I got plenty of time. Just let me call the office first, will you?
Use the other phone. That's a bug.
Huh? You mean you've got a mic in here?
Uh-huh. Tape recorder. Over here, I'll show you. I can kick it on with the button under my desk.
I've always wanted one of these.
Comes in mighty handy whenever we have unexpected visitors.
Lloyd, or should I say Captain Perry, you're looking great, just great.
You didn't come here to discuss my health. What do you want?
Who was that?
Joe Baldwin.
Big Joe Baldwin. What was he doing here?
Listen.
You can talk nicer than that.
Sometimes I don't feel like it.
Well, when you hear what I've got to say, maybe it'll help you to. What kind of a car are you driving these days, Lloyd?
A good one.
You could use a better one. You look real nice in a big convertible.
I might.
Sure. And the wife could use a fur coat. She liked mink, Lloyd, I forget.
I never ask her.
You should. There's nothing like a little mink to make a woman happy.
And there's nothing like a chain of slot machines to make a man rich.
Well, I'm doing okay. But it's getting to be a lot of trouble.
You know?
Yeah. Having to drive all that way out in the country to pick up the money hardly seems worth the effort sometimes.
Oh, I can see that.
I knew you would. I thought if I moved back into town, it'd be better for everybody.
That would include your club, of course.
Why not? It's a high-class joint. Only the best people in town lose their money there.
Well, look, punk. If you think for 1 second you're buying protection in this office, you're crazy. As long as you're in the county, I can't touch you. But just try it on this side of the line. I'll close you up so quick you think you stuck your head in a bear trap.
Okay, pal. There are a lot of ways of doing things. I like to do them the easy way. On the other hand, if you want to play tough, I can play that way, too.
I'm beginning to get a picture. When did this happen?
About 2 weeks ago.
He didn't waste much time, did he?
He's a big operator. The way I figured, he's behind this Wolfpack business. He thinks he'll either get me fired, or he'll keep me so busy I'll forget about him. But he's not going to get away with it.
Too bad tape recordings aren't admissible in court as evidence. You could grab him right now.
Well, he's too smart. I wouldn't be surprised if he knew this room was bugged. Excuse me. Captain Perry. Yeah. What? Tonight, Channel 14. Thanks, I'll be looking. Bart. Did you ever hear of Paula Jackson?
Paula Jackson? Oh, yeah, she has this inside story on television. I hear it's a good show. Why?
I just heard her inside story tonight is wolf packs.
Well, her rating should go up.
I don't get you.
She just got herself 2 new viewers.
And if these young hoodlums are allowed to continue their atrocities, we can safely expect that before long the authorities will be helpless to cope with the situation. I will continue with my confidential inside story on the wolf pack after this important message from our announcer. Oh, Tony, let's take a breather. It's hot in here.
All right, everybody take 10.
And when are you going to get rid of this thing? I'm getting cross-eyed trying to look past it into the camera.
Next week, whole new deal. Little gadget about yay big. No wires, nothing.
Good.
Oh, by the way, there's a guy over there who wants to talk to you.
How come? You know visitors aren't allowed on the set.
Name's Baldwin, Joe Baldwin.
You just answered my question.
Paula, how nice of you to stop rehearsal. You know my assistant, Mr. Morgan.
I've seen him around. What's on your mind?
You better wait in the car, Denver. Paula, this is a bit public, isn't it?
You can say all you have to say right here.
Well, you know, you're doing a great service for your community with this wolf pack story.
You should know. And I'd give $1 million to pin it on you.
But you can't.
You're too slippery, Joe.
Thank you. Just for that, I'll give you a hot tip on how you can stop the gangs.
I'm listening.
There's a police captain downtown. Name's Lloyd Perry, new man at the job. I don't think he's big enough for it. Now, if he were to be replaced...
Where are you getting your tips these days? They're lousy.
You're wrong, Paula. I'll bet you're gragged. You're wrong.
What's the gag? You only bet on sure things.
Your husband should have known that. He didn't.
Didn't what?
Aren't you afraid we'll be overheard?
What about my husband?
You really shouldn't let him out all alone.
I don't play the watchdog wife. I love him and I trust him, and what he does is his business.
And yours.
Get to the point.
Well, you see, he just happened to wander into the club the other night.
Go on.
You know how dice can act sometimes. He just couldn't seem to get them to go his way. So I cashed a check for him.
How much?
You should give him a bigger allowance if you want him to play in the big leagues.
I said how much?
Let me see. Oh, yes, $1,000. But that's not the point. You see, this bank wouldn't even give me a dime for it. Now, please, don't tell him I told you.
I'll get a check to cover it.
Paula, I don't want your money. After all, you throw a lot of weight in this town. All you have to do is tie a can to Lloyd Perry on your broadcast tonight. And nobody owes me a cent.
And if I don't?
Passing a bad check is a felony. I think that's 1 to 5 years. Long time to be separated.
No one would convict him, not when you're involved.
Maybe. But think of your reputation. You've worked a long time to get where you are. How long do you think you'd keep this program if I gave the story to the newspapers?
I can't do it.
Well, I'd think about it if I were you. I'm not asking very much.
But the program's all written and rehearsed. I can't change it now.
Paula, I've always heard you were great at ad-libbing. I'll be watching tonight to see if you live up to your reputation.
I've just shown you firsthand what these gangs of young mobsters are doing to our city. Someone is responsible for this terrifying condition. Someone must be held to blame for this disgrace. Confidentially, let me tell you who that someone is.
Maybe she got Baldwin.
There is only one man who could do something about it and hasn't. And that man is Captain Lloyd Perry of the city police. If I were the mayor, the first thing on the agenda tomorrow morning would be an investigation.
That Baldwin gets around.
He's asked for it. Now he's going to really get it.
Where are you going, to get a gun?
Calling the office. Everybody goes on double shift till I get him, he gets me.
Paula Jackson's bombshell was the biggest thing to hit in a long time. 3 days after the broadcast, the story was still hot.
Listen to this, Denver.
If Captain Lloyd Perry can't cope with the situation, the commissioner should take action. How about that?
Swell, only when do I get some sleep? This job's killing me.
This will all be over soon.
Well, something's gonna give. This town's alive with cops.
Won't do any good.
Yeah, but the boys are getting scared. They want more dough.
Give it to him. Pay him. $20 a night. What good's money unless you put it to work? Hello. Oh, hello, Paula. Seen the evening papers? Hmm? Oh, the check. Well, Paula, I thought I'd better hold on to it for a couple of days in case I need another plug. Save your breath, dear. I can't hear you. What's she got to be mad about? I can still put her husband in jail. See what that is, Denver. Unless it's important, I'm not in.
Oh? Yeah. Come in. Look what I found.
Oh, Captain, what a pleasant surprise. Sit down, you look tired.
I like it this way.
Suit yourself. Decide to throw in the towel, Captain?
No, but it won't be long before you will.
Now, what made you arrive at that remarkable conclusion?
Up to now, you've had those boys pulling petty larceny stunts with a little mugging thrown in for good measure.
And you can't prove a thing.
But I'm going to. And when I do, it'll be big casino. Because your mob just killed one of my best men.
Look, waking me up in the middle of the night ain't gonna make me talk.
Maybe this will. 2 hours ago, a cop was killed.
That ain't news, it's an hour old.
Chuck, who did it? Who's behind this?
You're starting to fade out again.
Here you are, a kid with no record. And now a cop's been killed. Do you know what'll happen? They'll try and throw the book at you. I don't want to see that. I'm your lawyer, your friend. I'll see that you're protected.
Look, Mr. Matthews. 10 times a day they tell me. 10 times. If I open my mouth, I won't live long enough to take a deep breath. Now, what do you want me to do?
Now, what do you want?
Now, is that any way to talk to your chief booster?
Hi, Bart.
I just paid my boy another visit.
Haskell? Yeah. Did he talk?
No. And what I'm afraid of, if you don't do something pretty quick, he won't be around to talk.
Something's got to break soon.
There's only one person left who might be able to help you.
Paula Jackson? Yeah. If Joe Baldwin's really got something on her, I don't think she'll talk either.
What have you got to lose?
All right. I'll go by and see her in the morning.
What's the matter with right now?
It's after midnight. She'll be asleep.
Not if she's got as much on her mind as I think she has.
Okay. You better come with me. It may be interesting.
You sure this is the right place?
This is what they gave me at the TV station.
I don't know which is going to give first. Me or this buzzer.
I think we're getting some action.
Well, as I live and breathe, Stanley and Livingston. Isn't it a little late to come calling?
Oh, this is Captain Perry, and I'm Bart Matthews.
I know. Come in.
Thank you. Captain?
Thank you.
You want a drink? The bar's over there.
Oh, thank you. I'll come right to the point.
You do that. When a girl gets to be my age, she needs a beauty sleep.
What has Baldwin got on you?
Wonder what my husband would think if he saw me sitting here with 2 men.
What has Baldwin got on you?
He already said that. You must have rehearsed it.
Have you thought up a smart answer yet? Or do you want to tell the truth?
You don't scare me, Captain.
Then how come Baldwin can?
Where's your husband?
Away on a trip.
For his health?
That sounds good. Use it.
Maybe if you heard what happened tonight, you wouldn't have so many smart answers.
That must be Mother. She always calls at this hour. Hello?
Hello. You asleep?
Me, asleep? Don't you know I take awake pills?
That's my Paula. Hear what happened?
No. What happened tonight, Joe?
Well, it's the strangest thing. One of my boys didn't know his own strength. He killed a cop. That's really going to fix Perry.
Yeah.
I hear your husband's out of town. How about a date?
Why not?
Meet me tomorrow night at the club around 9, know, Paula, I don't think I'm going to give you back that check for a while. You treat me much nicer when you're on a string. I'll be seeing you, honey.
I'll do anything you want, including murdering that rat.
What about getting him up here?
Yeah. This wouldn't be a tough place to bug.
No bug, not with Joe Baldwin. He'd find it. Why don't I just get him up here and make him talk? You can be in the next room listening. And then when you've heard enough... Wait a minute. I just remembered something. You be here tomorrow night at 7. And leave the rest to Paula.
All right. Tomorrow night.
We're going to start using it on my program next week.
This is all you need. This and the receiver in the other room.
This broadcast to the receiver.
Seems simple, but I don't know how it's done.
Where are you going to hide it?
Ah. Now you see it? Now you don't.
Think it'll stay put?
That's my problem. You'd better get in the next room. He'll be here any minute.
Here he comes. Listen.
Hi, honey. Sorry I'm late, but Denver had some last-minute chores to do.
I'll say I did.
I didn't know you were going to bring Denver along.
Well, we might be able to do without him later. Satin. Nice.
I like it. How about a drink?
I never touch this stuff when I'm on duty.
Later, maybe. Why didn't you want to meet me at the club tonight?
Oh, I thought it'd be cozier here.
You ain't just woofing, baby.
Shut up.
Hey, Joe, this door is locked.
What's that door doing locked?
Why wouldn't it be? It goes to the next apartment. The manager's the only one who has a key.
Okay, Denver, you can blow. Wait in the car.
What about that drink?
Later. Well, what do we talk about?
Oh, the birds and the bees are great for openers, but I'd rather talk about you.
That's my favorite subject. Go on.
When are you going to give me my check back?
Oh, one of these days when we make a real deal.
You play too rough for me, Joe.
What do you mean?
You go around killing cops and you...
Denver didn't know he was a cop until Perry told us.
Then that makes it all right.
Listen, I don't want to talk business.
My, we're jumpy tonight. Maybe a drink would help. I'll fix one.
I ain't thirsty. All I want is you.
Remember, I'm a married woman. I'll fix that drink.
I said I don't want a drink. Come on now. Wait a minute. What's that, Bright Eyes?
That's my new compact. Where did you find it?
Compact, I'll bet.
All right, fuck the gag. No gag, Joe. Reach.
Are you all right?
Yes, I'm all right.
Want me to call the doc?
Don't bother. He doesn't need one. But I bet he could use a good heart.
Denver Morgan, apprehended and convicted of murder in the first degree, paid the maximum penalty. We could do nothing for Chuck Haskell. He, too, paid the maximum penalty for assault with a weapon. As for the Wolfpack activity, it subsided completely after Joe Baldwin's death. Now, the case you have just seen was brought to a fair and just conclusion through the efforts of a public defender.